Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, only what praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutation to the Aki and preaching the truth to the four corners of the earth in sincerity. I want to say shalom, brother Yakal here from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp Trinidad, coming to you with another lesson. Name of the video again, as the title reads, I hate them that hate you. Right? Because we hate them that hate the Lord. You understand? It pisses me off now more than ever to see our people into all the shit that they're in. It pisses me off because I watching, people talking about how if the God of the Bible was real, that he would have never make you into slavery, he would have never this, he would have never that. It's because they think the Lord is all smiles. Right? They think the Lord is all smiles and that the Lord is all loving and kind, and you understand? They do understand how serious the Lord is. They do understand the Lord's judgment and that how he is known by his judgment. They do understand these things. The scripture said the Lord is known by his judgment. And what are some of his judgment? When you see a baby die, when you see a fatal accident take place, all these things that the Lord's doing. Right? So this is the thing that you have to understand. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is not to be played with, he is to be feared. Right? And I'll go to the book of Psalms. I'm going to go to that precept first. Right? This Psalms 139. And I'll read from verse 17. Right. I'll start from verse 17. It says, how precious also are thy thoughts unto me, O Yahweh. How great is the sum of them. Yeah, because just by thinking of the Lord, you should be happy. Just by thinking about the things that the Lord did, how he created the heavens, how he created the sea, the moon, how everything in a sequence. You understand? How you could cut down a mango tree and only get wood, but it pours out sweet fruit. These things marvelous. You understand? Right? Verse 18. If I should count them, they are more in number than the sun. Because this is how the Lord, the thoughts of the Lord, there's the mind that is supposed to be in, always thinking on the Lord. The thoughts that you have in your mind about the Lord supposed to be more than the sun. It says, when I awake, I am still with thee. Verse 19. Surely thou wilt slay the wicked, O Yahweh. Depart from me, therefore ye bloody men. Right? And that bloody man really is Esau. But anybody that following Esau and his agenda, depart from me. You understand? I hate you with a perfect hatred, as the scripture say. Verse 21. Do not I hate them, O Yahweh, that hate thee, and am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee. I hate them with a perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. Right? I count them my enemies. Anybody that hate the Lord and against the Lord, I count them my enemies. 2/3 of Israel as well too. You understand? We will meet up in the kingdom and it will be all well. But now, I hate you with a perfect hatred. You understand? Because I even watching a little short clip of Family Guy on YouTube, and they talking about this, and they blaspheme the Bible constantly. You understand? Talking about the 11th commandment, and they make a mockery of the Lord. You understand? They make a mockery of the Bible. They and all the followers, I hate them with a perfect hatred. You understand? So when the Lord bring down the terror upon them, it's all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Bring down pain on them. Make them feel it. You understand? As Jeremiah was saying, let them feel it. Let their blood pour out in the streets. Let a marvelous work be done. Right? I'm going to get this next piece up here. This is Ecclesiasticus 12. And I'll read from verse 6. It says, for the Most High hated sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. Right? Because some people that's wicked, and you see them not die and the Lord not punishing them. You want to know how come? Right? It's because the Lord keeping them, he preserving them or reserving them for that day, for the mighty day of the Lord's anger, the Lord's punishment. You understand? Because the Lord hates sinners. He hates 2/3 of Israel for sinning and being wicked. right? And he hate Esau, Edom, because as it is written, Jacob I love, Esau have I hate. The Lord hate Esau for what he done and how profane and how wicked he is and the wickedness he have done in the earth. You understand? The Lord hated. The Lord disgusted by seeing two-thirds of our people being like how they be, and the Lord say, pray not for them. Look at them. You understand? Time so short. We have a little time on this place again, and our people still into all kind of wickedness. You know, wicked religions and doing wickedness in the streets. Our people so blinded that they can't even see what's taking place on the earth. You understand? Everything rising. Hyperinflation, they're not seeing it. You understand? Women and all too. Like, you're not seeing it. It's gonna be worse for you women than the men. You understand? Because women like comfort, so imagine that. You're not seeing it. It's gonna come on you as a thief in the night. You understand? Because you wasn't prepared. And then you're gonna understand how serious the Lord was. You understand? Because if you love the Lord, you'll keep his commandments. But if you hate him, you would ignore it. That's why if they hate them, I hate you as well too. With a perfect hatred. Right? So let me go to Jeremiah, because Jeremiah in this scripture here expresses feelings. Right? This is Jeremiah 18. And I'll just go to start with the point. I'll start from verse 19. Right? It says, give heed to me. Because this is Jeremiah. Firstly, Jeremiah was speaking to the Lord and begging for them. Right, but when the Lord showed him that they don't care about you, they just want to kill you. And Jeremiah will be representing the men of the Lord today. Right, the men of the Lord today, we pleading, we calling the Lord sheep of Israel. We pleading for our people. But two-thirds of our people got to go. Right, so it says, give heed to me, O Lord, and hearken to the voice of them that contend with me. Shall evil be recompensed for good? For they have digged a pit for my soul. Remember that I stood before thee to speak good for them and to turn away thy wrath from them. Right? Verse 21. Therefore deliver up their children to the famine. Yeah. Let the children be delivered up to the famine. This is what Jeremiah is saying here now. Right? Let them be delivered to the famine. I hate them. Watch what they're doing in the streets. And pour out their blood by the force of the sword. You understand? The sword will be the modern day gun. You understand? And let their wives be bereaved of their children and be widows. Yeah, and let their men be put to death. Let their young men be slain by the sword in battle. Right? Let a cry be heard from their houses when thou shalt bring a troop suddenly upon them. For they have digged a pit to take me and hid snares from my feet. Traps. A snare is a trap. Right? Verse 23. Yet, Lord, thou knowest all their counsel against me to slay me. Forgive not their iniquity, neither blot out their sin from thy sight. But let them be overthrown before thee. Deal thus with them in the time of thine anger. Right? And as I was saying before, when is the Lord's anger? You understand? When is the Lord's anger? That time is coming. The day of the Lord is coming. The Lord's anger. And the Lord it's not just only on the day of the Lord, but the anger begins Jacob's trouble. The anger begins when Revelation 12 and 12 kick into play. You understand? The Lord's anger is brought upon us a lot. You understand? And then you can start with the house of the Lord as well too. Right? So right, pursuant to this same scripture, why the Lord being so? Why the Lord going on? Why Jeremiah had to talk like how he spoke? You understand? Because the Lord love Israel. The Lord love us. You know? And our people constantly playing up. The Lord love us. You understand? So let me get the book of Ezekiel here fast. It says Ezekiel 9, and I'll start from verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, Go to the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Right? So the Lord said, set a mark, the mark of exemption. Now this mark is going to protect you in time to come. How you know you have that mark? You don't know. So you have to work and have faith and believe that you will get this mark. You understand? Continuing. And to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the midst of the city and smite. Go through the city and kill. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. This is the Lord commanding the angel. Go and kill them. Have no pity. You understand? Because he hates them as well. It says, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. So the Lord to begin as his sanctuary, his people. You understand? Slay utterly, old, young. Start a kill from our side. Right? Because this is the recompense for sin. What the scripture say? The wages of sin is death. You didn't take heed. You were so stuck in your own head. You used to be stuck in your own head, believing what you're doing is right, and believing that you this holy person above all, and not really deeply searching yourself to see what really going on. You understand? You so caught up in what others doing and not studying your own self. When after the Lord done say, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, you studying what people doing. You should be studying yourself. Make sure you right to the Lord. You understand? It can't be however long, 2-3 years you in this thing, you know, and you're still fucking up. Right? Excuse my language. And that will be a day on this precept, because as again I was saying, the Lord love us. Right? The Lord love his people so much. What the book of Jeremiah say? I'm gonna get back Jeremiah, but chapter 6, right, and verse 2, right, it says, I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman, right, and I just he love us, he like the daughters of Zion unto a comely and delicate woman. Now, if the Lord love us like a woman, right, and Yahweh is the husbandman, if you see a woman going into other lovers, as the scripture say, Israel has played the harlot, right? You see a woman going to other lovers. And the scripture also says that Yahweh is a jealous power. He is jealous. What do you expect the Lord to do? Not whoop our ass? Not, not deal with us rotted? Right? And this is what went on. The Lord sent all these curses on us. Right? He sent all these curses on us. Right? It was to teach us a lesson. Now we understand why things is how it is. You understand? Why men leaving the children, why we filling up the jails, why the heathens above us and oppressing us, why we under oppression so much. Because there's curses for straying from our true love. You understand? For straying from our first love. Right? And there's something the Lord punish us for. Right? So right, can't. Because it says Israel had pleased the harlot. So now we come back and wake up to the truth. There's things we have to do. And I'll get that in the book of Exodus 23 and 22, right? It says, but if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies and an adversary unto thy adversaries. So this is going back to the topic. I hate them that hate you. Right? The Lord is going to be an enemy unto our enemies. You understand? Now they are the Lord to deal with. Right? Not just the men of the Lord preaching, but they are the Lord to deal with. The one true power. The one who the Lord, the same power. As I say, the Lord is known by his judgment. The same power that threw down Sodom and Gomorrah. The same power that delivered the children of Israel out of Egypt. And the same power that is going to destroy Babylon today. You understand? The same power. Right? Because terrible times coming. You understand? And we know that terrible times coming right on the horizon. A time that the scripture say, a time that never been seen in the years before. Right? And we ought to be prepared. When you look at Psalms um 118 and I think 23. It says, short quick precept, it says, this is the Lord's doing, it is marvelous in our eyes. Right? This is the Lord's doing and it is marvelous in our eyes, because first thing first, right, we know that the only way for we to get the kingdom is for the Lord to destroy this place and destroy the people outside. This place filthy, right? And they become our enemies just by the way they do things. And we pissed off because they not running the place like how the Lord would like it to be run. This place not being run with righteousness. So this is one of the reasons why we pissed off. We being oppressed. And they're destroying our people as well too. You understand? Even the women out of their mind, because the women feel they can do what they want and function under their order. But they have a judgment to get. Right? Everybody gonna get put into place. The heathens, the women, to the Israel, everybody gonna get put into place. And it's on the horizon, it's coming. Right? So this Psalms 116 and it's like, yeah. I look in Psalms 105. Right, it's Psalms 105 and verses 5. Right? Remember his marvelous works that he had done, his wonders and the judgments of his mouth. Right? So remember what the Lord already did in times past, as I was now saying, Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt, all the things that the Lord did, and when he exercised his power and showed them, you understand, he made fire come down from the heavens. Remember all that, because the day of the Lord gonna be one of the biggest that they can't forget. You understand? There's something that they had to remember, right? The book of First Chronicles, chapter 16 and verse 24. It says, declare his glory among the heathen, his marvelous works among all nations, for great is the Lord and greatly to be praised. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. He also is to be feared above all gods, for all the gods of the people are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. Glory and honor are in his presence, strength and gladness are in his place. You understand? We're going back. For great is the Lord, greatly to be praised. Greatly to be praised. You understand? Because the things that are about to happen, right? Ezra was saying, woe is me, woe is me. Who shall deliver me in that day? But Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to deliver us in that day. You understand? Yahushai, through the power of Yahweh, is going to deliver us in that day. And this is how we're going to be saved. But the only way is to stay on the path of life, endure to the end. Right? Free from them wicked. Because we're not supposed to be matching up with these people anyhow. They're going to be destroyed. So why even matching up with them and being friends with them? Right? So hopefully this video is edifying. I want to say Kalalayam La Alahaya Nawa Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai Ba'asham Akakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone again. Salutation to the Aki and preaching the truth to the four corners that in sincerity. And say Shalom.